Until I got laid off, I didn't have a full grasp on how I was really feeling about the work and the role that I was in. I know, seems crazy that it takes a huge life event like this to gain clarity, but the more I think about it, it makes sense. And looking back at the role that I was in with the company that I was working for at the time, I really felt that I was being held back. I felt that I was being stifled in my career, and I didn't know how to get out of it. I think in that way, being laid off was maybe the best thing that could have happened for me, which is crazy to say because no one wants to be laid off. No one wants to lose their job. No one wants all the uncertainty that comes with it and the the anxiety, which is as much as I try to mitigate the anxiety, the reality is there's always going to be life stressors. You got to put food on the table and a roof over your head. But stepping back and looking at it from a career standpoint for me, I I think I was at a dead end, which is so sad to say because I loved the client that I was working with. I loved the work that I did, and I loved the opportunities that it brought me. But it was turning into a daily struggle for me. There was so much that I wanted to do and things that I knew I could do, and I felt held back. There was a feeling that there was a lot of resistance. There was not from me, not resistance from me. There was I felt a lack of support from the people that I needed support from, and which was hard because I had so much support from my client and other people in my network telling me and advising me on what they would do and encouraging me and reminding me that I was and am more than capable of going after these things. And they're being laid off now with all the red tape and the resistance out of the way. I'm finally able to pursue those things. So it's a really strange feeling. I don't know if I'm the only one who's ever experienced this. I doubt I am. It's not something I've really heard people talk about. So I'm hoping that this helped somebody and know you're not alone in a layoff and feeling that it maybe the best thing that could have happened and that the feelings of being held back in your last role, those are real and they're valid and they're things that people experience. So it's very exciting for me to be on the flip side of that and have the clarity and look at what I can do with that clarity. So there's different things that I'm pursuing now that I'm wrapping paperwork up for that I'm crossing my fingers it's all approved. I'm looking at pursuing certifications that I've talked about for years, even prior to my last role, and discussed from day one starting in that role, and they never came to fruition after almost 2 years in the role. So I'm excited that that I finally get the opportunity to pursue that. And there's also a creative aspect that I now get to pursue. I look back at my role and the work I was doing, and while it was a different kind of creative, I felt really stifled in what I could and couldn't do. Always being mindful of the different rules that come along with being in a corporate setting. And that was stifling as well when you have so many ideas that you want to pursue and you want to pitch to a client or pitch to leadership and to have it really fall on deaf ears. That was hard. It was really, I guess, demoralizing in a lot of ways. Even when you try to not take things personally, it's never easy. So I'm thankful for the clarity that's come to that because now today I get to pursue creative pursuits and try out new things and learn new tools and use them and fail forward. Not everything works, but I'm learning, and it's an opportunity that I don't think I would have ever had in my old role, had I not been laid off. And it's something that I hope I carry into my next role. Everything I'm learning now and um, getting to try out. This is Munch. If you haven't met her, she likes to come say hello. I've been enjoying for our calls, or not calls, for our videos. And yes, I know you're here for her cameos and not me, so that's fine. I'm not offended. She's pretty darn cute. I personally, I'm a little obsessed with the tabby spots. She's pretty cute, and she knows it. But I digress. Oh, kitten. So yeah, I really, yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying that into my next role and what I've learned, um, and still am learning and getting to try out. And she's, if you've watched other videos, I might have mentioned she wears a collar because she has a fur chewing problem that the vet and I haven't quite resolved. So it's really entertaining when I see her trying to be a cat and clean, and she can't quite reach. And I think, well, at least your fur is still gonna be intact, but the back legs are a little chicken leg. I digress again. I really should just do a whole video just on her because she's a character. I know. She hasn't yawned yet. A lot of times she yawns. Okay, I've digressed for far too long. All that to be said, I'm glad that I'm in a place now where I see opportunities again. I feel that there's the possibility for growth and advancement that I was no longer feeling in my last role, and that can really be a heartbreaking thing in a way when you come into a new role with a new company and you're so excited and the things that were discussed and never never came to fruition. I don't think it should ever be a battle in your job and your role to feel not only feel that you are progressing, but also to show on paper that you are progressing and growing. And I'm not saying I didn't grow. I grew in a lot of ways, but I think it was 2 years um, that could have been like it could have been more. It could have been better. There were certifications and things I really wanted to do and pursue, and never got the chance. It was a battle, and I'm glad to be out of it. I'm glad to be able to pursue things on my own accord now. And so in that way, the layoff was a blessing, and there's a lot of clarity there, and it's helping. It's helping me move forward, and looking forward to what's next. So sorry, we got a little me myself and I got a little thrown off there from the little kitten. She's not so kitten anymore, but she's still my kitten, and she got a good long cameo on this one for you. So yeah, drop in the comments if there's any other topics you want me to talk about, whether that's travel, life, layoff, work, or if you're like, hey, we're done with the life event scene, let's move on, let me know. Or if there's anything you want to see, got some ideas, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, drop in the comments, join the newsletter, check out the blog, and come in, hang out, stay a while, and see you on next one. Bye.